Day 2. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for committing to showing up. Today, we are going to talk about finding the why and facing your nightmare. I really love this part because I feel like it is the one thing that really started me down this journey of meditation and manifesting. And that's because I sat down and I had done this exercise a little over 90 days ago. So today, what you're going to do is the first thing you want to do is define your why. Now, I think I've always struggled with defining my why because in a lot of respects, I'm pretty comfortable in a lot of things. And so I can be quite happy with the life that I have. There's nothing, I guess, really wrong with it. And so that has made it really hard for me to want to, want more, right? Or is it okay to want more when what I have is okay? And so even though I've been to a lot of seminars that talk about defining, the why behind the success you want, I own my own real estate company. So I would hear speaker after speaker talking about defining your why. So defining your why is really important. But what I found more helpful with this day 2 part of my program is the facing your nightmare. Once I looked at it from the perspective of facing my nightmare, the why became a lot more clear to me. So again, I tested this out on myself recently. I did it just last night in preparation to doing this video today for you. And it took me probably about 12 minutes. And that's because, again, the why part I struggle with, but not with everything. So it really depends on what your future vision is. Again, for my weight loss one, I didn't really struggle with my why. But for my castle that I want to build, I kind of struggle with my why. Like, why do I really need this castle? And so it takes me a little bit longer in situations where I don't have like a very obvious, like, be healthier, be thinner kind of scenario. So write down your why. If you're struggling with your why, that's okay. Write down as much of your why as you can. And like everything else we do, you want to be detailed. The more detailed you can be with emotion, and feelings and just surroundings, all of it, the better your brain can absorb what it is you're looking for. So detail. And again, if you are struggling, do as much of it as you can. Then you're going to want to shift and focus on facing your nightmare. Now, this is my favorite part because it really worked for me. And what you do is you have yesterday's vision that you wrote out in detail. You have yesterday's affirmation. So what I'm going to tell you to do is pause here, or even after the video, go back, pause, listen to that affirmation, say it out loud to yourself, what it is that you're trying to do. Go ahead and reread your whole vision, then read your why, and then you want to write down what happens if you do nothing. What happens with inaction? Chase Hughes says every dream needs a nightmare. And the reason for this is our brains work better and, I guess, reprogram themselves the more conflicting information it has. It makes us uncomfortable. And so then the brain gets to work trying to figure out how to get us back into comfort. And this is where you want to be. And then that's where you want to take control and not let yourself go back to your old comfort ways that will lead you to your nightmare scenario. So let's talk about nightmare scenario, for instance. It could be anything from you wake up and you go to a job you hate, and you drink the same lousy coffee in the morning, and you're tired and you don't have enough sleep, and you get home and there's no time for the kids. You can't travel because they don't pay you enough. I mean, it really is your worst case scenario. You've got to paint it really vividly. And then you've got to sit there and just absorb it. Read through what you wrote and kind of feel that pain and appreciate that pain. I know for me, when I was doing it with my work, so I own my own real estate company, but I work for another company, which is what provides me for my benefits. And I hate going there, not because I can't do the job, not because people aren't nice to me, and actually they pay me quite well, but I hate going there because they get all of my time. They get the best part of me, and that upsets me. And the more I think about that, the more I don't want to give them my time. I 100% can sit here before you and tell you they do not deserve me. And it's not because they've done anything wrong, but it's because I deserve to be in charge of my time and my life. And I should be doing things that will bring me enjoyment and peace and friendship and love, like the whole 9 yards, right? So really write down that nightmare and really let yourself be uncomfortable in the nightmare scenario. And then the third step that you're going to do is you're going to, again, using sticky notes if you want, or however elaborate you want to use. You could use the printable that I made you, but you're going to put down, the scenario, your affirmation. Maybe if that's easier for you, you can just put out the same affirmation, or you put down your nightmare, and you want to put them next to each other so that you can see, okay, this is what happens when I stay committed to showing up every day to do a 10-minute exercise on reprogramming my brain, or this is what happens when I show up 10 minutes to work out every day, versus this is what happens if I sit on the couch and eat potato chips today, or if I sit and watch a movie because that's more comfortable and I feel like that's all I have the energy for. So you want to write them out and put it right next to each other. I think visuals actually work better than words. So for working out, you could put a picture of yourself that you want to look like, and then right next to it, you could put a picture of yourself that you look like. And maybe we're just talking about body shape there if we're, trying to get in shape. But I know that for me, the visuals really worked, and it's very motivating for me to stay committed to the program that I started there. And I can't wait until I hit 6 months and I'll be able to show you guys before and afters, and you'll be like, wow. And I'm going to be like, yay. And so I'm just putting into practice the same things on different dreams, and it's really exciting. So I just want to leave you with my thoughts on this exercise. We're getting a daily dose of a daily dose of positive reinforcement on what it is you're dreaming, with just a little bit of a nightmare sprinkled in. And that nightmare is just enough of a contrast to make you uncomfortable. And it's that uncomfort that you're going to feel that is hopefully going to propel you and keep you moving forward. So whenever you start to have doubt, whenever you start to think, okay, this isn't working, or it's harder than maybe you expected, because it is hard, you just have to look at that and think, yes, but if I don't do anything different, if I don't try these new things, if I don't stretch my comfort zone, then this nightmare over here is what I get. And you don't want that. And I know in my house, we started saying things like, well, my future self really appreciates when I choose salad over cupcakes, or my future self really appreciates that I get enough sleep tonight. And it started out as a joke, and now we just kind of continue it, and it really does work. So I hope that these 3 little steps, 12 minutes out of your day today, help you down the path of just manifesting the reality you want. And don't forget to leave some comments. I'm really curious to know, for all of you out there that are watching and, observing my journey, please put in what your journey is. It's exciting for each other to read like what we're working on and cheer each other on. So I will see you tomorrow with day 3. Until then, live, love, and grow.